Alright, last time on Corsairs of Castille, Lena convinced the Explorers Guild to work with you guys. Cormac has met with spies to deal with Miguel, and no more. Nyostroy has set up the inklings of his play to disgrace the fire captain, Elias. I wrote the name down this time.
The captain whose face he burned. He's not like the fire brigade.
You don't know if he is that or not. You've never asked.
My spies would have told me.
Still would have burnt him, still would be doing what I'm doing. I have no regrets.
The Sigurthur has met with the cultist Falche and has them staying out of your guys' business for a seat on the government. I think that's where we're at. Alright. As I've said before, these scenes are not exactly chronological. I don't want one of you guys sitting out for 3 episodes, so they're all just kind of being interspersed. So, Cormac, you wanted to meet with Sigurthur.
I do. So I find, I go around the catacombs and find wherever Sigurthur, practices by herself. When she's in the catacombs, but not, on duty doing something.
What does this space look like, Vinny?
I imagine there's a lot of target dummy type things to practice your DPS.
A little number keeps flashing depending on how fast you hit her.
Yep.
Hit it.
And and a lot of them are broken and strewn about around the room. And then there's one little corner where she'll go to do her meditations for not practicing her magic, but just kind of clear her mind for doing magic, or maybe rune scribing.
Okay. So Cormac kind of knocks on the door and peeks in and sees if you're meditating or fighting a dummy.
She's doing both. She's meditating, and every so often she just throws an axe across the room.
Sigurthur! Good to find you here.
Oh, hey, Cormac, what can I do for you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I've been thinking a lot about how to approach Miguel, and a little birdie told me he likes to bet on the Duelist Guild fights. So, since you're, the preeminent duelist around, I was wondering if you would be willing to go in as, some sort of mysterious challenger approaching. You can come up with a fun name for yourself, some sort of masked avenger or whatever. But anyway, I need you to go up against Miguel's favorite, who's going to be fighting tomorrow. And most importantly, you need to win, if that needs stating.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of a given, that don't fight to not win.
Well, I know some people do, and sometimes if you're rigging something,
I see.
You might do that, but I'm not asking you to do that. So, yeah, just really, really need you to win. But maybe don't thoroughly trounce him right away. Make it a little dicey at the beginning, and then ultimately triumph. But make it look like he's got you on the ropes, and then come back.
Can I just rapid fire? Can I just suggest a couple names for your dueling alter ego?
Okay, go for it. And then Caitlin will come up with the one I use.
All right, we got Triple S, Stone. My favorite right now is Ice Cold Steve Houston.
Oh my god.
No, wait. No, not. It's Ice Cold Frank Houston. Sorry. Ice Cold Frank Houston. Staff. Undergrounder.
Lukewarm Dave Dallas.
This is too deep of a cut.
Anyways, someone's gonna get all those jokes and think they're funny.
Quadruple J.
Why? Cody, why is her name not the Gravedigger?
Well, that would be Undergrounder, yes.
It's funnier if you use Gravedigger because you're playing on
it has to sound like Undertaker, though, so Undergrounder.
The Catacomber. Anyway, you get to choose, you've got a lot of options. But I just need you to be there, make sure you get in, go against this particular fellow, and ultimately win. How's that sound?
Okay, I think I can do that.
All right, great.
Will I be as myself? Because I'm not exactly inconspicuous. Yeah, I can wear like a mask, but I still have. It's hard to hide. It's hard to hide this body.
I think if you're just that you're going in, you're not going in as yourself since you're like technically wanted, but you're also going in as like not a known element. You know, you don't want people being like, "Oh yeah, it's Sigurdur." You want to be like, "Oh, she kind of looks like Sigurdur." You remember Sigurdur? You know what I mean? There's a difference there.
We do have that medallion that could change my appearance. Maybe that's something I could use. Who's using it right now?
If you want, yeah, that would be okay. You know, if you want to seem a little scrappier, less buff, to make it, you know, more likely that Miguel would laugh at you winning. That's what I'm counting on, is that I can, you know, bet against him, and then you know, do the comeback, seal a deal. So yeah, whatever name you want to do, whatever appearance you want to take, as long as you win, that's what I'm counting on.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
All right.
Who is using the medallion, the shape changing, or not shape changing, but like appearance changing thing?
Probably Catalina if she's going anywhere.
It's around. It bumps around. You can get it. It's easily enough.
Now, what appearance do I make myself look like?
Whatever you want, man.
Looks like, just makes herself look like Lena.
It's like that Studio C skit where they peel off the mustache and they just have their own mustache underneath.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
Just Sigurdur. My disguise is a Vestin woman, blonde hair.
All right.
I do like how you invented like open fight nights for the Duelist Guild.
You did! Your spies did!
They said there were fights. You're just like, no, you're just like, go up and challenge him.
I'm telling her it's tomorrow. You got to get on the docket to go fight this particular guy.
I don't know. I just imagine tournament play, and you're like, fight the champion, go.
I'm just saying, get on the schedule. Make sure you fight this guy.
Round
That's
robin.
all. You have to grease a few palms. That's okay.
You have a starting round where it's round robin. You play everyone. First two winners from each group moves on to bracket play, where it's double elimination, which means you have to lose 2 fights before you're knocked out. Anyway, Lena, you wanted to go to the lucky shot? Lucky target.
It should be the lucky shot. Oh my gosh.
We've bounced back and forth between those names all campaign.
It's a bar. Of course it should be the lucky shot. It's a double play on words.
It's the lucky target is what I have in the...
Oh my gosh. Missed opportunity.
This is what you guys named it. This one's not me.
Sure. Okay.
You know it's not me because it has a name. And isn't the bar. You wanted to go to the lucky target, Lena.
Did I?
Yes, that is where all the magical brews are.
Wait, I thought that was going to be like one of the last things. Do I have to have a scene with the guy to make a deal with him?
There's not nothing there. Do you want to do it later?
I kind of assumed that was going to be like our last thing before like we get this started, considering like we're swapping out the alcohol so that it knocks them out or teleports them or does whatever damage it's going to do.
All right, I'll move you to the end of the schedule. Looking at the drafts, by the way, there's one that's just occasionally causes burns, so drinking it implies that you sometimes just burn your throat.
Yeah, they're not great.
All right, Nyostroy. It is night. It has descended. You are in the catacombs.
Don't we still need to break into the other guy's
Zach, we
house?
straight up still have to kidnap a guy.
Yeah.
This is why I asked, do you have anything other than the one scene? And you said no.
I thought it was just like, it was the play and we have to get to the play. I just thought you knew we weren't starting.
You know what? That's fair.
All right. You find your way to Captain Elias's home. Property. I'm drawing a blank on synonyms. I'm sorry. This is what she got.
House?
House works. House works.
Villa?
That's the word I was looking for.
Manor home.
Place where he does stuff. sometimes sleeps in a bed, I guess?
So his office? We don't have to... Wait, this bit's over. Let's move on.
As you walk up, it is a lavish villa. It is more expansive than most things in the city. And though there are signs of wear and tear in the surrounding area, that there has been some amount of fighting, or like damage from the siege that you can see, where not everything is repaired and upkept perfectly as things deteriorate and resources are scarcer to find. None of that exists when you look at his property. The gardens are well kept. There's a variety of flowers in bloom. The walls of the house are all painted clean and crisp and look fresh. No broken shingles or tiles. There, you notice like new cobblestones placed where you assume old ones cracked before. It is opulent in a way that is obviously distasteful for a city that has been under siege for 2 years. 2 years.
That tracks, yeah, with Elias's character.
I am beginning to grow concerned that what I have planned might not be extreme enough.
To impress him, you mean?
Well, yeah, I guess, to convince him to be a better man, it feels like maybe I need to go harder, but then I think I go too hard, and that's bad, so I don't know.
Are you worried he doesn't care about the opinions of his wife and sons?
Well, kind of, a little bit, yeah, I sort of assumed that, but I guess if it doesn't work, I'll teach him another lesson and just burn the other half of his face and call it done, but that feels lazy, I guess, so hopefully we don't do that.
Well, so he clearly cares about what everyone else thinks of him, like his reputation as, like...
Vanity, yeah.
Wealthy, well-to-do, opulent. So, is there a way you could...
We're not burning his house down. I mean, that's pretty hardcore.
No. I'm saying, is there a way that you can threaten that image in your talk with him?
It's sort of what I'm hoping to do, like, to his family, because I figured he cares about... we're just gonna go with my plan, and if it fails, we'll just go nuts, and then see where it goes, like, we'll start lighting things on fire, and we just kind of roll with the punches at that point.
Got it. Yeah, improv, as they say, right?
Yeah, would you be cool with getting lit on fire to be, like, scary, like a scary on-fire ghost?
Is it like fake fire, right?
I've never tried it before, so...
Am I going to get burned?
Anyways, let's go, let's kidnap...
Do your little fire... Hold on, no. Do your little fire puppet.
Do you want me to try to do a fire puppet on you?
Just hold a fire puppet in your hand, and then I'm going to, poke it.
Well, I think I'll put it in your hand and see if I can get it to not burn you.
Okay.
Alright, so I go to do performance and, panache, and I'm gonna tell you what, this is the first time I'm doing that, so I'm wasting my extra die on this stupid crap.
Oh no. Should we not do this?
No, we're doing this. I don't care. I'm not metagaming here. I want to see if I can light you on fire. Well, that's a 10. That's a 10. This is rank 3, so I get to re-roll a single dice. So we'll just go ahead and try to get another 10. I didn't. So, yeah, that's 4 successes. Can I successfully wrap a fire puppet around Cormac?
Alright, so here's my dilemma.
Uh-huh.
Every time you have said how your fire works, it is specifically fire and to teach a lesson.
Uh-huh.
Like, it always burns someone teaching them a lesson. Do you think you could not burn Cormac for this?
I think so, because it would be in service of a performance that is meant to do something.
Okay.
Like, right now, what I'm doing is teaching a lesson, and this is in service to that.
Okay.
And also, I heal people with fire as well, so I would say that is a case where it does not burn people.
In my head, when you heal people with fire, it is cauterizing the root wound of a sense,
yeah.
but...
Kind of, yeah, sure.
If you think that this is a fair way to use your power, I am fine with you being able to control it and not hurt it. You also got 4 successes, so I will give it to you. I just want to make sure this feels in line with everything you have said thus far.
I think if I was just doing this for yucks, no, but if this does eventually serve a greater purpose, then it feels like it would be valuable.
All right. So you have a fox that perches on Cormac, and through fire magic for you is innate and easy and almost like breathing. And this is hard. Like, you have to focus in a way that you have not had to focus on shaping fire in a very long time, as it appears on Cormac's shoulder without lighting his hair on fire, without singeing his clothes, and it just rests there, and you're then able to spiral it around him, keeping it close enough that it would burn if it was actually fire, or if it was going to, but it does not.
Alright, we can put this in our back pocket as potential thing. Anyways, I need you to go in there.
Well, it's a neat trick. What? Do I get to name him?
He's gonna go away. If it don't get connected, he's going to die as soon as I stop thinking really hard about him.
Boy. He kind of waves at him.
Like, you can see in the fox's face that it knows it's slipping out of existence, and it feels dread at the idea as it puffs out.
Cormac, it puffs away as Cormac's like reaching out his hand to give it one last pet.
You gotta go in there and steal that guy now, and his wife, preferably.
Alright, here goes nothing. I get to spend a hero point to locate a way into a building or restricted area, and I can take one person with me.
Oh, shoot.
What?
I was kind of hoping I would just stay out here. I was kind of hoping I would just stay out here and not do the kid. I'll come with, it's fine.
Yeah, you expecting me to single-handedly take out anybody who stands in our way and, not injure the people that we're trying to kidnap?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're coming with me, Nyostroy.
I'm just really bad at being quiet.
The Geisa will cover you. It's all good.
What does the Geisa do exactly?
It gives me this power. It's like one of the powers that I chose with my
Do you have the exact wording of the power?
I read it. You can spend a hero point to locate a way into a building or restricted area. You can bring up to one other character along with you, but everyone else has to find their own way in.
So does that keep you hidden?
I think so, since it says restricted area.
Do you have a different power that hides you? What's your other?
I have one that's vanish. That's like if anybody is looking for you.
Okay.
I can also mend ships.
No, you can't. I forbid it.
Anyway. So, yeah. Hero point. We sneak into the building. I think we probably try to go... If it looks similar to his son's place, I'll probably try to go up similarly. Like, find a shadowy, ivy-covered spot. Oh no, it's like totally clean, right?
There could be decorative ivy.
There could be decorative ivy.
Okay, I find the decorative ivy. It's well-nourished.
It is. It was more things are not out of place or unkempt.
Yeah.
It is manicured to a very professional degree.
Manicured ivy. And climb up that. I'm like pointing out handholds for Nyostroy so that he knows where to grab. I'm testing stuff.
You put a little bit of yellow paint on each stone he can climb up.
There you go. So yeah, we come up to the roof overlooking the courtyard and then kind of see what we can see from there.
On top of this house, you see a similar scene to what you've seen before, what you've come to expect. There's a courtyard area in the middle. There is a fountain, and the opulence of the exterior continues with the interior. This is not a facade that he is trying to project. It is through and through who he is and how he functions. You see delicately carved sculptures. You see a fountain that has running water, which is a more difficult thing to do in this day and age unless he's using magic of some sort.
So we're looking over the courtyard.
From this, you are able to see a little bit of activity of servants, but it is late enough at night. What time is it, actually? What time is this?
Late evening.
It's probably like
10, 11,
10-ish?
yeah.
Okay, when are you doing this show? Like, is it like a midnight show?
Midnight. feels like midnight is a good time for a spooky show.
All right. So you see there's like some activity on the ground floor, which you presume to be servants milling about, but it is a time of the day where tasks are being quieter to allow people to sleep, and you see some lights on in the second floor.
Do you think that looks like the bedroom?
I guess we can peek in the window and see what we see, and if it's him, I think we just go quick, grab his face, tie him with blankets, throw him out onto the cart that I brought, and we go.
Do you have a bag for his head or anything?
He has a pillow. I assume we can bag him with that,
Got it. I'll look for it.
We gotta seem like we know what we're doing, though, so just commit, right? We just go in, act like we know what we're doing and that we're scary, and we go.
Make me sneak checks, both of you.
Now, instead, could I make you a performance check? That was a joke.
I understand you want to play to your strengths. You need to start doing a lot more song and dance distractions and stop lying to people trying to convince them of things.
Well, honestly, 2 successes on 3 dice is pretty good.
Can I do finesse and athletics?
Was there not a sneak?
There's a hide.
Oh, is there? I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, there's not. Athletics is the only thing similar.
Finesse and hide.
Yeah, you need the hide one. I'm going to have a little bit of a nitpick here. I don't like it when games just feel the need to, rename things to be different.
Oh, gosh, that's an awful roll. Yeah, I have 1 success and 3 dice left over.
Did you...
Gosh darn, Caitlin, I have 2 successes and I rolled 3 dice.
Did you use the extra die from this being your first time?
Oh, I should have rolled an extra dice, too. This is the first time I'm hiding.
Yeah, I rolled an extra die.
And you got 1?
Yeah, and then I re-rolled a single die and got the same 1. Because one of them was a 1, and I also got a 1 again. So yeah, pretty bad. So I think we go in guns a-blazing, metaphorically. And
so Nyostroy is doing his best. He's like, this is my time. I don't want to be here, but I will do this. And he's missing things. He's moving from shadow to shadow quietly. He's like, I've seen Lena do this before. I know how to do it. He hides a little bit in the shadows. And then Cormac's Nyostroy, why ain't you taking so long? Come on! We got a schedule to keep walking down the center of the hall. By the time you make it to Elias's room, he is up with a sword, ready to meet you as you enter the room.
Okay, wait, do we get to the door and we know we've been loud?
Yes, sure. I said that. I said you guys were being loud. I don't think you're stupid.
I think Nyostroy goes, alright, this absolutely failed. We're lighting you on fire and you're smashing in there like crazy, and then just grab him.
Make a performance check.
So what I want to do is do performance and panache to try to make it easier for Cormac to grab him and bag him because he's on fire like crazy.
Oh gosh, okay. Make a good roll.
Otherwise, I'm just lighting Cormac on fire.
There's a lot of ways you can light people on fire with this plan.
I rolled another 2 10s just straight up.
Yeah!
And I get to reroll 1 dice. Hey, Zach, let me ask you something. How does 4 successes feel?
Yeah!
It's exactly what you needed because you were having a plan where I'm not only do you not need to burn Cormac, you need to not burn Elias, who you're trying to teach a lesson to, and I feel like that is your magic fighting against you. And you have to then also not burn the bag that Cormac is holding as he transfers it. Cormac, make me an athletics check as you try to bag him, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
I'll describe it after you make your athletics. And brawn. I think this is a brawn kind of check.
Not finessing the pillowcase off and onto his head.
Absolutely no.
Are you sure?
I think Zach's tired of our shenanigans. I think what we're at is Zach's tired of our shenanigans.
Tell me how you're finessing this. Give me an excuse where you're finessing, strong-arming a man to bind him with a hacky sack.
A hackies?
No, I think the finesse is getting around him and to the pillow and then back to him. You know what I mean?
Do you not have a bag with you?
No, that's what we were talking about. I have to get the pillowcase.
We're using a pillowcase.
So I'm like dancing around him, getting to the bed, and then turning around and bagging him. That's finesse. 100%.
It's fun when I roll good enough that I don't have to argue.
Okay, I'm gonna level with you. It's gonna be a brawn 2 or a finesse 4.
I'll do a brawn 2.
Like, you can do the finesse, but it is way harder to
Lord.
run screaming in the room than grab his pillow, shake the stuffing out, or rip it open enough, and then put it on his head.
I looked at my dice roll. Can I change my mind?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Wait, have you rolled the dice yet?
I rolled the dice.
Yeah, you can change your mind then.
Why? No, I should be able to change my mind. Is there a way to reroll?
You said
yes, she rolled.
Oh, you did roll? I thought you said you had.
I did, yeah.
Oh, absolutely no.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You can spend a hero point to reroll.
I would like to do that, please. Please and thank you, yes.
You're out of hero points.
I rolled a total of 15 on my dice. Nothing higher than a 4.
You're doing terrible tonight.
I am. Big money, no whammy. Hey, there we go. 1, 2, 3 successes.
All right, so you not doing your actual plan of doing a ridiculous dumping out of a pillow. Like, a pillowcase has a pillow in it. You'd have to remove the pillow.
I know! That's why there's finesse involved. But no.
Have you tried removing a pillow from a pillowcase quickly? It never works.
Yes, that's why I figured I would.
You just put the pillow on top of his head, and then you just inside out it really quick around him. You clearly haven't kidnapped enough people to be good at this, Zach.
I'll have you know the amount of people I have kidnapped is a 0, and I'm looking to never increase that number. So you, instead of doing that, you are able to tackle him to the floor instead of getting skewered while trying to finesse a pillowcase on him.
I'm fiery. He wasn't expecting that.
Right, you're lit on fire. You come in screaming and running.
He's got PTSD from the fire.
He probably does. As you just, clock him in the face, and he drops like a sack of potatoes.
Nyostroy peeks his head in and goes, at some point you just have to look at the end result and consider it a success.
It's a wash, yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Oh, what? What's happening? Please don't light me on fire.
You, madame, are coming with us.
Oh, is his wife in the room with him?
Yes.
Nyostroy peeks his head in further and goes, "Good news! You are coming to a play! Your husband is the star of the play. I would like you to join us, please."
Okay.
Cormac, slides around and, is behind her, kind of hurting her with fire forward towards Nyostroy.
I mean, you're on fire still? That's a very persuasive tool.
So anyways, we all load up in the cart and start, trundling our way back to the catacombs. Just me and Cormac in the front, and her bagged husband in the back. As they go, Nyostroy just looks back and goes, "How long you lived in the city for?"
Since I was young.
Oh, that's nice. The house looks good. How'd you meet your husband?
I mean, we met at a noble ball a long time ago.
Interesting. I got kicked out of a lot of those. Do you want a...
I can see why.
I made... Here, he gets under his seat and pulls out, a bag of, these, big, cream-filled, pastries. He goes, "Did you like one? I made they're for the ride back," and he just, hands her one and starts eating his and hands one to Cormac.
She, slowly, starts nibbling on it, in shock a little bit.
I gotta say, I feel like this went really well.
So did you marry for love, or was it more of a political match?
That's a good question.
I mean, when you're high enough in nobility like I am, it's for politics always.
Did you like him, at all, even a little bit?
You live with someone long enough and you're bound to find something in common, right?
That's not true, and even a little bit. I can tell you I have been in the opposite circumstance.
Maybe that's a you problem.
Nyostroy's just like staring at her one beady eye, just like.
She starts crying a little bit.
No.
That's what I thought. It just keeps going. Couldn't be me. I'm fine. I'm great.
You make good pastries too.
That's what I'm saying.
She's like sobbing in the back seat, eating a pastry.
The grandmother's lessons are hard learned.
Okay.
Should we cut to playtime? Or somebody else, rather?
I mean, it's Cormac the show either way.
I know, I just want to, spread the love.
Why don't we spread the love? Let's do you and go into the docks with Lena.
Awesome.
It is a different time in a different place. And by a different place, I mean not Elias's compound. Cormac and Lena talked about wanting to go visit Hamza, the other knight of Avalon.
And another knight of Avalon. We're not the only two. There's 12, I think.
There's like 20, I think.
Are there only 12 knights of the round table?
It's not a 1-to-1. It's just like a 1.5-to-1.
Got it.
There's no Martin Luther. It's Matthias Lieber. It's completely different.
Did they call him Matthias Lieber?
They sure did. They did.
That's awesome.
The thing that doesn't make sense is like this is like a church based on like it's like all about like scientific progress. The Inquisition still exists.
In case you're not scientifically progressing enough?
No, in case you're too scientifically progressive.
That's what I mean.
That's because no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
There it is.
I want it to be better. Make it make sense.
So I hope I'm not taking you away from anything too pressing, but I just wanted some company going to the docks and didn't want to be walking the streets alone.
No, honestly, it's probably good to stretch a little bit more.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Still a little bit stiff, but I think we're almost there. It doesn't hurt near as much, but just kind of gotta, like I said, stretch it out a bit more now.
Just stretch out the death, yeah. I mean, I'm glad that it's not worse.
I don't know how the magic works, but somehow it did it.
Are you fiery now, too?
I actually don't know. Am I?
I mean, I have no idea.
Like, what do you mean by fiery? Like,
well, because like when he healed the one guy's hand, it was like
yes,
a fire
then yes.
hand.
The answer is that yes.
Okay.
Like, if she looks at the wound, it is like healed, but it is like
Looks
a glowing, molten look where like the bullet was, and like through some of the veins in her stomach.
Yes, it's still getting used to it. It's odd, but you can't see it most of the time, so it's not a big deal.
I mean, I feel like that's a shortcoming, right? By the green, that's a cool look, looking molten. You should show that off, is what I'm saying.
I feel like when we're not trying to be sneaky around the city, it will feel a lot cooler.
I guess.
Until then, I'm pretty aware of it.
I just feel like you could start a new fashion trend of like...
I like how Cormac is like 30 seconds away from inventing crop tops. Like, he is so close. He is right there.
Just, yeah, something to look forward to when we're not wanted is,
I would be so curious how people would try to mimic a fashion trend like this. Like, are you gonna go find Nyozi and have him do his little magic things?
I mean, I guess if we needed money in the coffers, then...
They just, paint it on.
The paint is probably more what's going to happen, but I think if, we need a side gig for the government, Nyostroy, decking you out in a fiery tattoo is...
Making you glow forever.
They're in a woods somewhere, you see Baba Yaga screaming.
Not the point!
His lesson is beauty is pain. Anyway, thanks for coming. I'm a little nervous going to see Hamza because I feel like, he's doing the real knight stuff and I'm just kind of bumping around with
us,
with the clothes, but not just I'm playing pretend,
Cut to 5 seconds ago, you're being lit on fire and thrown through a door, bagging a guy. I don't feel like I'm doing real knight stuff.
Well, I don't know if there's anything more knightly than working to take back your kingdom. So he might feel differently than you do.
That's true. That's a good spin to put on it. So we get to the docks area?
Yes, so it was not stated on recording, but that is where you can find him. He gave you contact information after the masquerade of ways that you could find him, and he is at the docks. He is not hard to find. He is in full plate armor, minus a helmet, so, because, video games. But you see him working with some other people, handing out food to a line of people who look destitute and hungry.
I think we wait a little bit till the line dies down, or it seems like he's gone through his supplies.
It goes on for a good while. There is still food shortages in the city. Just because the siege is lifted, it does not miraculously fix all the problems immediately. Mm. But after a while, the line dies down a little bit. You see, it's past lunchtime, so there are less people milling about.
Hamza, good to see ya.
Cormac, my good friend! It has been too long.
It really has. It's felt like ages, honestly. I wanted to talk to you about your offer from the masquerade, if that's all right.
Yes, what can we do to help?
Well, and he kind of looks around and walks them over to a spot that is not well heard, I guess. There's going to be some changes in the city for the better, I assure you. But
there was never any doubt in my mind, Cormac.
Thank you.
We are brothers, and I trust you like one.
And for that, I am truly grateful. I was hoping that in this upcoming time of unrest, you might be able to block off these docks, make sure that if something goes wrong, people are detained and don't, come back to bite us. I foresee there being some difficulty, perhaps. The changes we're making are kind of big.
Are you saying you don't want someone to escape the city, sail the seas for 3 years, and then come back and start a rebellion?
Yeah, you could say that. You get it.
It seems like a good precaution to take. And by my spear, I swear it will be done for you, Cormac.
Thank you, Hamza. I appreciate it. Is there anything we can do for you? I can't promise anything right now because we've got a lot of things on our mind.
Well, once this is done, if you could spare some time to help with my boat, I've been needing to make some repairs on it.
Yeah!
There it is! Yay!
Absolutely, my good friend. It's the least I can do for you.
Well, I look forward to seeing you back, and me and my friends will make sure the docks are secure and that no one gets in or out.
I appreciate you more than you know, Hamza.
All right, as you're walking away, you hear him all right, boys, get the fire bombs ready.
Well, hopefully he will not need to use those.
That is the hope. But, now that we've got him, everything will go swimmingly.
Hey Wanderers, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Corsairs of Castille. This game is being run in the 7th Sea 2nd Edition system. If you want to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, you can check us out at the Wandering Gamer Network website. We stream on Twitch with the username wandering_gamers, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram. All information about the music used can be found in the episode description. Until next time, wherever you wander, may you find your way home.